What's up, everyone? Hello, YouTube. Episode 5 Doobert discussion. It's myself and
I'm Icon. Episode 5 already.
yeah. Um, Actually, coming into this one, we usually prep the titles beforehand, but we kind of kept coming up. So this one is just gonna be called Episode 5 for now. Maybe could be alluding to the start of a new chapter. But speaking of, we're kind of entering into like the second season of the year. It's like summertime now. So what that means is, as long as things go according to plan and flight prices aren't too extreme, should be a lot of Smash stuff coming. But let me tell you, oh that okay. So I'll be a double down, which is whoo, got the flight booked and everything, got the hotel figured out. But
We're just
man,
we're
that
jumping
flight,
straight into it, bro.
that flight, yeah, no, we're jumping straight into it. No slow stuff today. A
No.
lot of stuff to talk about. We got our obviously our recent tournaments, as well as we have Momocon to talk about, and from my point of view, and then for you, Combo Breaker, obviously.
Yeah.
On top of that, we also have Invitational to talk about too.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So, do you want to start us off? Kick things off.
Yeah. Dude, it's been I think the last time we talked was probably on late April, early May. So it's been like a couple 2 or 3 weeks. It's been really
Yep.
busy. I will say I'm getting right now I'm in that phase where I'm currently transitioning out of like normal day-to-day university life and into like summer season. And it's showing. As you guys
Mhm.
can see, I'm actually not at my normal desk. I'm actually in my grandma's house for a day to kill some time before I move into my apartment tomorrow. So I'm doing a lot of
Ooh,
moving, a lot of activities,
it's
but once it's
exciting.
all set up, I'm gonna be ready to go.
Okay, that's exciting. That's exciting. Where's your apartment at? Still like in Chicago?
Still in Chicago, yeah. I'll be a
Ooh.
little bit closer to downtown, but still on the south side. So
Okay. That's good to
yeah,
hear.
it's
Good
gonna be a
to
lot.
hear. We seen
Yeah.
you at Chicago events then still.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Summer is like actually starting, and I think we already touched upon it, but there's gonna be a lot of Smash to play at a lot of tournaments, but also just like you mentioned it before, like the summer crowd is going to bring a bunch of new players, maybe some returning
Mm-hmm.
players who have been busy throughout the year.
Yep.
There's a lot of
Like,
opportunity, and I think it's really gonna start off with these regionals coming out.
yeah, they're gonna be super exciting. The first ones to come to mind for me so far is I don't think you'll be there, but I'm gonna be at Cost,
Mm-hmm.
and then as well as I'm gonna be at Warp Zone, which I know you'll be at, and that's average. That's actually really exciting. Apparently, Lavish is moving to Chicago too, so you'll get a little bit of Crom action coming in there. Shout
Nice.
out
That's
to
gonna be super,
Kepler.
super dope. That guy
Yeah,
is real. I love meeting that guy.
yeah. Um, in general though, uh, you want to do our tournaments first and then give Invitational after? Does that sound good?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Okay.
sure. So that weekend was what, 2 weekends ago or one week?
Yeah, that was well. Let's talk about the Momocon Combo Breaker weekend. I can start it off, or you can start it off. Either one.
Um, I think you have more to say than I will because I think my tournament was smaller.
Okay.
So Combo
So,
Breaker
um,
was pretty good, pretty fun,
okay.
very exciting, and Steve won.
Let's go, Steve.
Let's go, Steve.
Oh,
That's gonna be. He's like a perennial topic on this discussion. Like you know how like Fox always
oh,
talks about
dude.
Joker. We only talk about Steve, and that's
Yeah.
really really funny.
No,
But
it's awesome.
yeah, yeah, no. So held in Schaumburg, Illinois. I think around 390 or 400 entrants for Combo Breaker weekend. Top names were myself, Ned, Esam, MVD, Wadi, Onan, who ended up taking the tournament, Loaf. A lot of really really solid players, especially because it was finally held in Chicago. And I know a lot about Chicago. We don't really travel a lot, so getting to see players like Sam T or Ice Knight or even some other players like Raven King, who hasn't been able to travel that much because
Yeah.
of school, but a lot of great players were able to show up and play really well. Combo Breaker went really really smoothly in terms of scheduling. The venue was perfect. I had a great time, and I played some really good sets. A couple game 5 chokes on my end, but things happen. Ultimately had a lot of fun. Pretty short and sweet, honestly. Nothing too standard.
You love to see it. So for myself personally, touching on MomoCon. MomoCon was a cool convention. The one thing, so there's a few things. Definitely not the best tournament I've been to, honestly. Like, not that high on like my tier list of tournaments. Like that was like it was a tournament. I'll give it that. But met some really met some cool people. Played some really good players. My set with Louis Money at Back in Blood and Losers was Game 5 last hit, and
Mm.
that's how I lost at MomoCon the same way.
Oh.
One of the biggest gripes I had with the tournament, which I understand because this is kind of where the con comes back into it, where it's like the Smash tournament is not like the main thing. It's just a part of the convention. It's like an attraction. So that meant that like basically if you weren't in winners, you were not on stream. So until like the top 16 area, and I got 17th, and I did not get on stream once.
That's really no,
Yeah,
no.
I got to top 24 without getting on stream once, so that is definitely one of my biggest gripes with the tournament because it was like a 660-man tournament. I think the actual entry count was something cursed like 666,
Oh
but
yeah.
yeah. So 17th of that is nothing to scoff at. Obviously, I wasn't mad at my placement. I was just like I wanted something to review because like you go into there and it's like that's part of the notoriety as well, like stream. But like I understand every set can't get on stream, but it's like top 24 usually get there on stream at least 1 point. But I've been to tournaments before, and now at all the majors I've been to in the past month, I've gotten on stream before that, so I wasn't too upset. But like that would be my main gripe with it. So it's like I feel like that's like out of the control of the TOs at that point though, because like it was like pools to top 8 in one day and then top 8 the next day. And then they took the friendly setups away, but I think that's also like they can't really do much about that. But like
No.
the people were cool. The event was fun. Obviously, I like playing the game in general. I like seeing the Georgia community especially. So it was a fun event. But I'm definitely going to Combo Breaker next year. Is what I
Yeah,
wanted to lead into.
it's actually really funny you mentioned that because I've heard a lot of people saying Momocon was just it was like one smashed event kind of held in a bigger,
Yes.
tank, right? You're the small fish in the giant tank, right? Combo Breaker, it's actually not too different though, because Smash is not the primary
Yeah.
FGC game, right? There's a bunch of other games, and nobody really has the spotlight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think everyone is treated with that same level of equality that Combo Breaker is run better than maybe Momocon
Yeah.
because it's treated more like a Smash official tournament rather than a convention, right?
Yeah. So like
And
I've
yeah,
sorry to cut you off, but
no, you're good. You're
the
good. You're good.
one of the biggest gripes as well, which is completely out of control of people like running the tournament itself, is like you had the pool set up and then you had the stream set to the left, but to the right of it there was like a huge like there like concert,
The
something was going
concert, the
on,
Disney concert.
and
Yeah.
you like Nico in my pool was tweeting about it. He had a fight. I think shout out to Shotgun Raptor Jesus. He's a snake from North Carolina, South Carolina, one of those places. Anyway, he's pretty good. He beat Nico. And Nico was tweeting about like fighting Snake with no audio with the concert going on. It was one hell of an experience. I'm just like, that sucks, dude. Like I get that that's rough, but like I don't know. Like at that point, what can you do, right? So it's like, at Combo Breaker, I've never been to one before, but the thing is, right? It's in Chicago, so all of my St. Louis friends go to it. That's what I think will be the main difference maker for Combo Breaker next year. Is my my homies are gonna be there from St. Louis a lot of the time because I have people who are like in the FGC who play like Guilty Gear as well as Under Night in Birth, so like different games like that as well. Um,
Follow me.
what's it called? Building off of that. Actually, Rickles just typed some insight in the chat. Brackets. Typically harder for
I just
Smash.
distracted my dog outside, so we were
Yeah,
just
no,
like,
no worries.
You're
Yeah.
good.
So it's like
Yeah.
Momocon had like the harder bracket, right? Like the major bracket, and
Yeah.
I've been one of my big goals ever since I've been a Smash player has been to get on the PGR. So,
Yeah. Oh,
uh,
we can just honestly we can dive into that. Like
yeah,
I think the
I'm down.
TPR is the tournaments were good. They were run well. Placings were all right. We
Yeah,
could have both did better. Could have
for
both
sure.
did worse. Things happen.
Hmm.
Whatever. Right.
Yeah,
Game
yeah,
five with Watson. Game five with Louise. It happens. Right.
yeah,
Pretty standard. Really fun. We know where to go from here. I feel like this was kind of like the to close this like chapter. Kind of like opening up what the summer tournament season is gonna look like because this is kind of like the preface into it.
yeah. This is like the beginning area, right? We like ended one era into the next, kind of.
Yeah, exactly. I don't really feel like I have much to say. I lost to really good players. Loaf and Wadi played amazing. Like to see Chicago. Seems like you feel the same way about Combo Breaker.
Yeah,
Sorry, Momo.
Momocon was fun. I love the Georgia scene.
Mhm.
Bunch of homies. It was a great experience. I got DQ'd from the 404 because I thought I had an 8:30 pool, but I guess I got there at 8:30, but I have a 7 p.m.
That's
pool.
classic.
So like that's on me. That's on me. But aside from that, great time.
Was it hot down there?
Not too. It wasn't bad. Like it definitely wasn't bad at all. There was some points where it was hot, but it wasn't like I don't know. The Midwest has hit me with worse, is what I'll say.
Okay, cool. Sounds
Like
good.
Midwest be going from like 60 degrees to 90 degrees the next day, and I'm just like, oh, this is giving me whiplash. But anyways,
A couple of shout outs I want to give from both tournaments though.
true.
I think we do need to shout out Didi because Didi killed it.
Yeah. Let's go, DD.
DD
Steve
killed
and
it.
PT.
When I saw him dancing, I was like, oh, this is literally the future, right?
Yeah.
Let's go, DD. Also have to give huge shout outs to both Loaf from obviously Minnesota, super solid Wario. Invitational, I pray for you, but this is kind of rough.
Oh, dude. Okay,
Uh,
we can also dive into Invitational if we
yeah,
want to, cause like
yeah, we can do that.
I campaigned for it, so I got stuff to say.
There's a lot. And the
Um.
last shout out before we move
Okay.
on,
Yeah.
is, the whole Panda crew, specifically actually Wadi and Esam, they actually both of them and the whole PG stats like guys, they actually shot a video over there at Combo Breaker, and I don't want to say your boy's in it,
Yeah. Go
but your
check that
boy's in it.
out. Go
Talking
check
about
it
so
out.
go check that out. Really happy to see Panda support the Midwest, especially because they're not really close to here.
Yeah.
Super happy for them. Great tournament, well run by both of them. Next, what do we do?
Okay. So Invitational.
Yes.
Okay. So Invitational held by Gimmer, and we all campaigned for it. So I was in 7th place, and you had at this point you got the top 20 cut. I made top 20. It's pretty cool. And
Nice.
then I made it past the next round of elimination, which was 4 players, and then it was 4 more players, and then it was 2 eliminated, 2 invited, 2 eliminated, 2 invited. So started off, and I think I was like chilling at 6th the first round, and then the second round, 10 minutes whenever it was 12 people, like whenever we got to the round before like 2 invited, 2 eliminated, I was a 7th 10 minutes before the nominations were done for that phase, the invites for that phase, and within 10 minutes I went from 7th place to 14th at like the last minute. So I got fucking knocked out, and I was like, okay, that's tough. Like, that's hard.
Talk to me about your thought process behind like campaigning, because I've heard people say it's so stressful.
Okay.
People are talking about bombs. People are talking
So
about donations. Talk to me about it, because I don't know what it feels like.
the Invitational, right? My main goal has been to get into Summit primarily, right? So I wanted to get into the Invitational, obviously, because you're playing against top players, but like I wanted to basically give campaigning a test run. I wanted to see like the experience at hand and what people would talk about whenever they talked about campaigning, because obviously it is stressful. So I kind of like, I don't want to say I went like a lax style, but I didn't stream for like 10 hours a day each day. I didn't do anything like that. I streamed for like 12 hours a couple days, and just did what I could, just played and talked. But in general, I definitely got like value the experience here, so that's why I'm not like upset about anything and how it went down. Like there some people like they dropped their incentives early. I was gonna drop my incentives the moment I made it to the round where I got knocked out, if that makes sense. So like I was dropping my incentives whenever players got invited. But since I got knocked out right before the players got invited phase, I never got to drop the incentives. So gonna carry that over to Summit and add more in there. So be looking forward to that. Here, I can give a little hint right here, because I ordered some stuff. But so I'll do that. I'm not gonna say what it is.
Okay,
All right, here.
sure.
So yeah, I'm not gonna say what it is, but I showed the container. So that's just gonna be one part of it. I think people are gonna be interested in watching that. That especially because it's not gonna be fun for me, but it's gonna be a part of the time, at least that challenge. But challenges, incentives, right? They're not always gonna be fun. They're spice it up and be entertaining. So I'm down with it. But
That's so dope.
what's up? Yeah.
That's
No,
so dope.
it's gonna be awesome. So in general though, definitely look out for me in the Summit campaign. Like next Summit drops, I'm going hard. Like I'm gonna campaign, gonna try to take everything on, do whatever I can. I definitely think that it was super fun though. Like when I was live, because it's just like I feel like it can be as stressful as you make it. So like whenever you get down to the later rounds, I haven't been there yet. So that's probably where like most of that stress comes in. But for myself, like I was fine. Like I was all right, because like the worst case scenario, you don't make it. But like getting in there, getting your name out. Like honestly, I was just happy to make the top 20 at that point. So I was like, that's like an indicator of there's people out there who want to see it. So it's like that gives me hope for the future, because then I can reconcile that and go harder in the next campaign and kind of like use all the support, because Jen got into the Invitational. Shout outs to Jen
Jin in.
Yeah, get Jin in. We got Jin in, so I hope Kentucky will have my back for Summit because me and Jen made a deal together that whoever got knocked out first would give the votes to each other. So I gave my votes to Jen. Glad to see you got in. My votes did not go to waste. As well as biggest heartbreaker of them all, gotta be Loaf. Gotta be Loaf,
100%,
honestly.
100%.
Def-
I
yeah.
I don't know. I feel a little weird about it because the top 4 of that tournament. By the way, before we actually get into that, I gotta say the Midwest is gonna have your back 100% for Summit. At least I'm gonna
Yo,
force Chicago to have your
let's
back for Summit.
go. We'll try,
So
man.
you will be there 100%, no
Ugh.
stress.
Hope to see it. Hope to see it.
One thing before we talk about the heartbreakers that happened in the top 4 was I think it's really, really cool to see how people value this invitational and style, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very, very easy. There are a lot of silent, go in and get out, right? Like Sonics didn't do huge on campaigning, right? Even Ned last summit wasn't really hardcore core campaigning. There are people who are kind of just doing it and just gauging interest. But then you have your diehards who put their souls on the line, who have incentives since day one, who are like,
Yep.
I am going to be there. And if I'm not there, it's going to break my heart, right? Your Ferbs, your Loaf, your Yanni, right?
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
guys,
They went
it
hard.
shows in their effort because they were the top 4, right?
True.
But the heartbreaker, as we're getting into, was, dude, I was watching it happen 20 minutes as it all went down.
Dude,
From
oh my
140
goodness. Okay, one thing. At the end of these things, like at the last 3 or like 3 to 5 minutes of all of the voting invitational things, I swear PayPal messes up. In the
Yes.
last couple minutes because there's so many people trying to do transactions. That is so stressful, man. Like just seeing like the payments not work. So like I know that Yanni got in, right? But Yanni couldn't use one of the spirit bombs because Start GG was messing up. So it's like then you're like, oh, what do I do with this money? You know what I mean? Because you're like in an awkward spot because that was supposed to go towards the voting, but it never did. But aside from that, it was definitely super hectic to watch. Let me tell you.
I gotta say, watching Ferps and the Brazilian chat go absolutely insane after he got
huge.
Here's the crazy part. I was talking to Ferps because I like Ferps. He's a great guy. I loved all the top 4 guys. I never like Ferps, Yanni, and Loaf. All 3 of them, super homies. I love all of them, right?
Let's go.
But I was talking to Ferps and he was like, Aiken, this is so difficult for me because the currency change. I think $1 is equivalent to 5 of his Portuguese currency. So it's so expensive for him to get in. It's the first time a South American player has actually got in. And as much as I love Lilf and Yanni, man, I've got to give huge props to Ferps for being able to make that happen. That's not easy.
Yeah, that's like kudos to the effort, man. Like you earned it, you know what I mean? At that point, like it's that's like said and done. So honestly, everyone who made it, like good stuff. Should be like
it's a fire lineup, dude.
Yeah.
I think
one thing I'm surprised about. I think Sonics was the most surprising one to not make it because even though he didn't campaign crazily, I think Sonics is top 10 in the world. I think he is definitely like double digit, maybe single digit player in the world right now. Like he went to 2 majors and got 5th at them.
Yeah,
5th.
Those are Zomba numbers, pretty much.
Literally, and Zomba's gonna be like number between 6 or 8 in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Or NA. I don't know how they're gonna do it this time, but either way, you know what I mean.
NA, EU,
Japan. Maybe. Yeah, either one. So either like PGR or like trio PGR split up. They'll probably do that because like COVID restrictions. That would be my guess. I'm not sure. Like, don't take my word as law here, but that would be what I assume. Anyway, though, definitely kudos to Ferbs for that. I didn't even think about that, so it's like that is super cool that he managed to make it. So you love to see that. I actually got the chance to play him online in the HBox tourney, and we went last hit twice, but he got me. He beat me. So
how does the matchup feel? I'm just thinking about it. I feel like I think you throw loads and he just runs up at you.
It's like even or Snake favor. I think offline it's like more feasible because like Snake actually just runs away and down tilts, and down tilt can break through a lot of his armor stuff. But in general, fun experience. I got my Shiny Mark run back there too. So shout out to Shiny Mark too. Shiny Mark's godlike. I think he got 4th at the Cancun Invitational.
Oh yeah, that happened too, didn't that? You want to get a bit of that?
Yep. Oh, what's up, Ferbs? Shout out to Ferbs in chat.
Ferbs, congratulations, like Invitational.
Yeah, congratulations, man. But Yeah, so the Cancun Invitational, Slingshot is coming into play with Leo, and Leo has favored Corrin over it apparently. I haven't seen all the sets from it, but I did see like it was definitely trippy to see Spargo's Byleth versus Leo's Corrin in Grands with that. That's not what I was expecting. So
Yeah, so Spargo is known for going Byleth online, but this is the
yeah.
first time I've seen it offline.
Yeah, well, or at least I've seen it. Maybe he has, but like, that's the first time I've seen it, especially in a high stakes match. I didn't get to see the whole set. I don't know if he switched off, but I know Leo did take it. So definitely going to be reviewing that and seeing like how much of an impact does Slingshot really have in like
So,
play.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like again, it's those forward facing aerials we mentioned before, right? Being able to do a forward air instead of backdashing and having to do a back air, you can turn around while facing in the air and then go ahead and keep doing that forward air. Think about
Yep.
Corrin's back air. You do a back air, you have to retreat, you have to go to the corner, you have to be Corrin at ledge. Forward air, you're just gonna wall, and we're gonna see what happens. It kind of makes sense, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely does. So it'll definitely be interesting to see because I never played Smash 4 myself, but I always hear that if there's one player that's going to pick up like new tech to advance like the meta pretty fast, it's Leo. Think back to Smash 4 perfect pivoting. That was like one of the things that I think Leo introduced into his play before a lot of other players, at least from what I've heard. So it's always interesting to see because he'll like basically show people that it's like this needs to be done. Like if this isn't done, I'm gonna be able to have like my resources and everything, be able to like do well and just do things that you can't because you're not slingshotting. Do things like space like you can't because you're not perfect pivoting. So it'll just be interesting to see how like that trickles down and translates to all the other top players, right?
100%.
That's kind of what I've been looking at. But
Bayo was also the first two really perfect pivot. Used a lot against Smash 4 Bayo as a niche microspacing move to like kind of like be away from those ABKs and heel slides and all that. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing Light go into like retreating nairs to punish people trying to run in on him or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised to see that at all.
Oh, speaking of Light, there was a video that was released with PG Stats about how Light's been doing so well recently. So if y'all haven't seen that, I suggest you check it out. Basically, it's like to deal with people parrying, Light has been using like forward air, falling fair because of patches that happened over quarantine. I know a lot of people don't remember it, but they did buff like Fox down air, and I think his up air, back air. I don't know. They buffed his down air and they buffed something else, maybe forward air.
Down air and forward air got extended range. Down air, I remember everybody talking about. So that's cool.
Forward air.
Nobody talked about forward air.
Forward air actually like lets you basically it beats parrying. So if you're spamming like unreactable nairs on people's shields and then you mix in like a forward air and they try to parry, they're getting popped up into up air. So he's been able to like use that so much recently, and I didn't notice until last made it like talked over it on the PG Stats video, and that is something that's scary because like I already thought Fox did really well against Snake, and I guess like Snake can pull a grenade, right? But that's still like scary because you got a lot of like kills and other things off of parrying Fox. So now Light has like this mix up that is basically a parry call out and will let him get kills on people who are like doing ill-advised parries. So that's like always scary to think about.
If you have multi-hits or ways to counteract optimal counterplay against a move, you're really good in Ultimate. I mean, I play Ryu, so I'm really used to parrying a lot of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But something that I don't even do a lot that much is when somebody parries a move of mine, an aerial, I can cancel still because I hit something, right? That's something that's still underexplored. And maybe if you go for like a landing forward air and they parry it and you cancel into Tatsu, you can do some really plus frames, something stupid, right?
Yeah.
Being able to segment counterplay with other moves makes your unpredictability value go way up all the way up.
Yeah, it like skyrockets, right?
Exactly. And now suddenly you are so hard to beat in bracket.
Yeah. Because like whenever you get to a certain point where like everyone knows everything, right? It really is those little things that will pull you ahead. Because like at that point it's a game of inches. You know what I mean?
And you and I have both felt it. We've been on those receiving ends and succeeding ends of those game 5 sets, right? Where the smallest of punishes can lead to a whole different bracket.
Literally.
And it's what hurts, and it also feels really, really good.
That triggered the memory. When I was at Momocon, his game 5 last Saga Last Day against Louis. and I did dash dash up tilt to read the roll, and I got dash attack, and then he came back and beat me, and I was like, no.
You think that's bad, bro? Wadi did back air up tilt in place, and I saw him miss the up tilt. Instead of doing anything that would kill a with ice climber's up tilt, what did I do? Down smash at 130 that doesn't get the kill.
No. But that's how you learn, man.
That's how you learn, right? Down tilt, up smash, up B, down air, anything would have worked. But I did the optimal combo starter at 130%.
Yep. The most painful ones will definitely cause you to adapt the hardest. So, it's a blessing in disguise, ultimately. Because, I honestly, I'm going to end this topic with something real quick. But whenever I came into last season, because we were going to a new season, the PGR season is going to end. What is it? What's today? June what?
I think it's the 7th. I think it's gonna end on the 12th, right?
Yeah. So 12th or 13th. So that we're a week away, and I'm just my goal. We're in what from March? It's month 3 now, just about. We just got into month 3 from March, because April, May, June. So month 3.
Yeah, month 3.
So last month was low tide, right?
A little more.
Was it April?
April, end of April. Yeah.
Okay, so in March, I was within 6 months, my goal is gonna be to top 8 a major.
Yeah.
And that happened a month and a half later.
Yeah.
So I have just been in this state of just I did not expect to get here this fast. So I've been working on just not ramping up the expectations. I got 17th at Momocon, and I was like, that's fine. We take those. That's not that's really good. So
that's good.
So it's
I'm in 17th out of like that, dude. 17th out of an A tier is good. Bro.
Yeah. That you can't be mad at that. No, honestly, it happens to the best of us. So it's in general, I'm okay, how do I go from here in a healthy manner? So that's kind of what I've been thinking on. I think I've figured out a decent bit. I've been relaxing recently. Yesterday, I won my local with Steve. But that was a lot of fun. We'll go into Steve another day. We do talk about him a lot.
Today's not a Steve day. Yeah.
But yeah, I won the local with him, and then I won a local with Snake on Sunday. So it's I just been going to locals and chilling out, and I'm gonna be at Cost and Warp Zone in the future. What about your tournaments, Aiken?
So I'm currently in move out mode. So no tournaments this week, no Ignite, no nothing. I'm actually starting my summer job starting this. I'm in training week right now. My official shift starts this Friday, I believe. That's when students start getting over here. So that'll be fun. My goal is to do 1 or 2 weeklies a week. One big one, one small one, maybe. Maybe an Ignite and a small tri point, or vice versa. And the next big goal is going to be Warp Zone. That'll be at the end of June. Kind of give me some time to get settled in, right? Mm-hmm. And then July is a kind of ramp up month, and then August is the month for me. So Warp Zone in June obviously will be my next bigger regional event, followed up by Double Down. I have to book my flight, but I just booked my reg, so I'll be all good there. And August is the month because that has 4 tournaments: Wave Dash, SmashCon, Shine, Rise and Grind. I'm currently considering SmashCon, Rise and Grind with Wave Dash as a question mark.
Okay.
So that's going to be the month I go hard. And then September is going to be my chill out month because I'm not in Chicago. I'll be in California.
Okay. That's totally valid. Can you repeat your August tournaments real fast?
Wave Dash is a question mark.
Right.
SmashCon is for sure. Shine is a probably no. Rise and Grind is a probably yes.
So for me, Rise and Grind, yeah. Wave Dash, question mark. SmashCon, 100%. Shine is question mark. So that's how it's looking for me. It all depends on flight prices and stuff like that. But ideally, I'll be able to go to most of them.
Do at least 2. I'm trying to do at least 2.
Yeah, me too. I'll 100% be at Rise and Grind. I know that for sure. And then SmashCon. So Rise and Grind, SmashCon are certain, but the other 2 will be cherries on top because I've never been to Shine before, so I want to check it out.
Yeah, exactly.
I think in general,
something random fact of the day: Chicago PR spring season just dropped.
Let's go.
Fun fact of that, besides rankings and all that, 40% of the PR is actually sponsored.
Ooh,
I think
that's a
that's 6
cool
out of
stat.
15.
I
Yeah,
didn't even know
40.
that. That's a cool stat.
Yeah, isn't that kind of cool? But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not. So
Ooh.
sponsors, look out for me. Actually, I will
Check
say
out
this. Okay?
Icon.
I will go on record saying this. Okay. If I had to pick actually, I'll ask you. If you had to pick a tier 1 org to sponsor you, what would it
Optic.
be? Optic?
Optic.
Okay.
Optic is my dream org. That's my dream
Okay.
team.
Okay. I like that. That sounds really good.
Look, like, you know what I mean? You see that? You see the Optic logo on the chair?
Oh my god, you are an Optic
Like,
fan.
yeah, like right there.
Plus,
But
Optic Holokage just sounds so
yeah,
good to say.
so yeah, rolls right off the tongue. You feel me? Yeah, that's ideal. But in general, I think that it's definitely plausible. Just got to keep working. Just got to get up there. You know, FaZe is in Smash now. Shouts to Spargo. So
If
we got to
FaZe
get
is in,
Optic in here too.
Optic's gonna get in,
Yeah.
dude.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to say I'm actively looking for a sponsor because I think I'm like that's understood, right? But I'm not like try harding going for it, right?
Yeah, I feel
However,
you.
my influence kind of changed recently after that Panda video. I was like, what if I was Panda Icon? What if I just like started doing
Hey.
content and
Hey,
had a little
Panda.
bit? I don't know. I was like having fun and I was watching the videos back and there's gonna be a PG stats video coming out or video or article, I don't know, coming out soon. I was like, these guys are very, very just like easy, fun people. I was talking to I think it was Josh, the behind the scenes
Oh,
guy, and
shouts to Josh. I love
I was like,
Josh.
these guys are so like active in like supporting the community at large. And I was like, I kind of like doing that too. What are the chances we maybe, mixed in together and see what happens? I don't really know. But maybe that might be my dream org as of right now. Maybe Panda. I don't know.
Hey, okay. Hey, I'll
If
put in
Panda,
a good word for you if I can.
if Panda's listening, yeah, maybe Panda Icon would be sick. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. But sponsors I'm not really going for right now. Kind of just playing, having fun. Doobert discussing, right?
Yeah,
Having fun.
pretty much.
Yeah, they're great people. Panda's great.
Yeah, for sure. So I think this might be one of the episodes where might be a little shorter, cause we kind of
What else?
we pretty much like we hit everything today. Like aside from like what we've been up to recently, right, with the tournaments, like this is kind of like the transition phase. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure we're gonna have a lot to talk about coming up, but this is like the end of the season, start of the new one. So I'm not doing anything yet. Like I'm waiting like a week, and then within 2 weeks I'll be like out there competing again. But like until then, I'm just I'm chilling with family, hanging out with friends, doing Doobert discussion, and just playing Smash, trying to get better, practicing. Like, what about you? You're moving as well.
I'm in the exact same boat. I mean, you literally said it. This week has just been no tournaments, right? I'm
Yep.
literally just in my grandma's, about to move into downtown Chicago tomorrow, right? I'm gonna be very, very excited to be in that summer mindset that kind of started my Smash career. My first double elim bracket, not Smash tournament in Chicago, but double elim was actually
Jeez.
yesterday, a year ago. Got 33rd out of 98.
Oh dang! Had to get used
Yeah,
to offline, bro. No,
yeah,
I'm just
yeah,
messing.
yeah.
Actually, you know what's funny? My
What's up?
first regional I ever went to, which I think was my second tournament, was Stiff Knees. Got 33rd out of like 105.
That's
So
crazy.
33rd, 33rd.
33rd is
Like,
kind of the best number of all time.
do like the Mars pose. I can't do it, but I'm not. I'm
A
not.
regional
I'm not gonna do it wrong right now because I can't do it. But like that's what I'm thinking about.
Oh man, no, literally. Right? But no, on a serious note, I'm
Yeah.
with you. This is my relaxed week. I've finished exams. I've finished regionals. I finished the PGR. I finished the
Yeah.
Chicago PR. It's like, all right,
Okay.
let's give it a week. Let's jump back into it. Let's do it again for summer.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm gonna talk
What are
for
you
like.
most?
Oh.
I guess my question for you that I had to
Okay.
ask: and what are you most looking forward to comparing last summer to this summer?
I think I'm going to get to play. Like I just want to play everyone. It was kind of the same thing last summer, but I guess my name is like more out there now, right? So it's like the amount of people I'll get to play with has like expanded because now people know me. We'll play games, and I'll be able to learn even more and learn player matchups and learn character matchups, and it's just like expand my knowledge and the fact that I don't know everything. Like in the case that there's some cracked Lucas player from Iowa that I don't know about who like schmixes me. You know what I mean? So I need to learn stuff like that, and I feel like going to all these tournaments, all I can do is get better. You know, I might have some times where I don't place the way I want to, but you know, as a competitor, that's a part of the process. Like that's gonna happen. Like it's inevitable. So it's just like it's not about how you place, more about how you bounce back. Um, I don't really have a question like that for you this time, but I think I'll brainstorm up one for next time so I can hit you with one. But like in general, I just want to play. I want to get out there. I want to meet people. I want to play. I want to get experience under my belt so I can keep up with the best of the best.
I honestly, that's the best answer you gave because I feel very, very similarly.
like
Because if last summer was like me getting into this door of the Smash community, I think this summer is gonna be like, all right, what can we do now that we're actually in the house?
yeah. Now that we're like sitting down, now we gotta climb up. We gotta
Yeah,
grind up, grind up. Just keep
100%.
going. But
It's kind of cool because
oh yeah,
now the notoriety phase is kind of wearing off, right? We're settling into this idea of like we're solid players, we can keep up, we're making these top players pop up on us, right? If that isn't
hey, shouts to
right?
Louis Money. I love Louis
Yeah,
Money, man.
now Wadi, bro, Wadi got up so quick.
No, it's respect, man. Like they're like, yes, it's like damn, okay. Like a year
is.
ago, I didn't expect to even be playing you, but now, you know what I mean. So it's like, can never be like too upset about those. I like that's part of the fun for me.
No, I like it, and we're saving our pop offs for sure. I can't
Yeah,
wait till you destroy X top player.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
just coffee spill again,
That's awesome. Yeah. There was something at low side, but carrying on past that. So I think actually, if you have nothing else to say right now, I think this can be like 10 minutes of questions right now.
Yeah, sure, that'd be really, really
The
good.
question.
I got 18. I got till 6, so I'm all good.
Okay. Let's do 15 minutes of questions. Give you some leeway.
Sweet. Awesome.
So
Thank
also
you.
shouts to Emotional. I'll see you at Rise and Grind for sure. So
Yes.
everyone in chat, up to this point, if we haven't answered your question, hit us with it, and we'll do our best to go through them.
Awesome.
Yeah, the AK Luigi. I was a Luigi main when I started playing the game. Picked up Snake in like April or May of 2019. So that was a good decision.
So you didn't go down the Luigi Steve pipeline.
No, but that's what would have happened if I didn't pick up Snake.
You think so?
I can tell you right now. I play Luigi until Snake comes or until Steve comes out, and I play Steve.
Yeah. I think if Ryu was in the game, I'd probably play Steve too.
Like
Just so
he's a good character. He's full of personality. So overall, just a great character.
What personality? He's just a block man. He has no expression.
But do you see what he does on the screen? It's
I
like,
see
what
what he
kind
does.
of roller coaster are you gonna make today?
Oh my god.
But
We're gonna add a loop-de-loop.
Am I gonna play your Steve after this? Likely not today. We'll play tomorrow, Wolf Pro. I'm gonna be real with you.
Raven King is asking about the next guest appearance.
Next.
I have 2 guesses on my list. One is Loaf and one is Zenodo.
Oh yeah, those are both in the running. So
You should hit them both up because I didn't get any of the Discords.
oh yeah, definitely. I'll reach out to him. But yeah, we're just gonna try to get everyone we can and get some perspectives going, especially Midwest version.
Yes. We haven't had a guest since RK, right? It's been episode 2. We need one next week.
Yeah, we definitely. All right, next episode we'll have a guest. We've been settling in. Now it's like transition phase, so this will be like the perfect time to get a guest. So look out for the next time. We're definitely gonna have a guest on. I'll hit them up after this.
Is Cost this weekend or next weekend?
Cost is next weekend because next weekend is the 18th, right?
Okay, hear me out. Okay.
Yeah.
Guests next week.
Yeah.
Normal week after. The week after Invitational and Cost, because they're on the same weekend. We pull somebody from one of those tournaments who was there, and we let them tell us how it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
That actually works because I think I'll see Zenodo at Cost. So things are lining up. Let me hit up Zenodo. Let me hit him up. But either way, like that's what it's looking like. In general, though, overall, I've just been trying to make sure I'm still having fun. That's like one of the most important things above all else, so I don't get burned out. Yeah. But in general, like, I've been having a good time. So
dude, it's gonna be a lot of fun being able to just like watch these regionals and like events until I start playing.
Yeah.
It's nice to not be the one going like I know like you're going to Cost and I'm not, but like I kind of want to watch a tournament for a little bit. I haven't sat down and really watched a tournament since maybe Pound.
Oh, true. Yeah, bet. That's definitely the tournament to do it for. Going to be a really, really big tournament. And I know if you're not, if you don't want to only watch cost, there's going to be the Invitational happening as well, obviously,
Oh, I have.
and
Yeah.
Crown 2.
Oh
That's gonna
yeah.
have some international competition, so make sure to check that out as well. I think T is gonna go, maybe Atelier. I don't know about Atelier, but I think it's like Atoria. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but
Say a Tourier,
yeah,
and I don't really.
Atoria, maybe.
That sounds really really weird to say, but sure, we
Yeah.
can do it.
Um,
Mm.
in general though, should be like good tournaments to watch, right? You can get like a very wide cast of players, so should be very entertaining of a weekend, especially for a spectator standpoint, because there's like 3 different point of views. What we doing for our next meetup, AK? You already know we're gonna chill, Raven King. I'm sure I'll meet you soon. I'll see you at Warp Zone, right?
Actually, oh, speaking of Warp Zone, I have to publicize this before I get, I forget. I currently have 2 money matches on the line. One is a best of 5 reverse mains with Ned, which will be very funny because I'm going to poke at him with the big sword like he's done to me for the past year. And the second is a Steve Ditto with the one and only Apollo Kage. It's gonna be
Hello, yeah.
whoever wins gets Doobert discussion, full rights, full royalty.
Ooh, all on the line. I can agree to
Everything's
that.
on the line. No,
Yeah, no, that'll be hilarious. But
are we doing 5? Looks like 5 or 10. Whatever, we'll figure it out. But yeah.
yeah. We'll do 10 best of 5 if you want to call it now.
Sure.
Hey,
Sure.
y'all heard it here.
10 best of 5. I'm down.
But in general, it looks like most people are questioned out. Also, that yes, it is himself, Blaze, the one and only.
Oh, hi, Liz. Yeah.
Yeah. But in general, like overall productive week. Just biggest takeaway for me here before we head out is gonna be, even when you're grinding and even when you like want to be the best, make sure to go about it in an appropriate manner. Like, don't be afraid to give yourself a break, and don't be afraid to relax along the way, because you have to make it fun or you're not going to go as far as the people who are making it fun.
Yeah. Remember, the game is a game for a reason.
Yeah.
And sometimes breaks are like forced upon you. Like,
Yeah.
you have a busy work week or
Mentality or just like
right?
something going on, like anything.
Sometimes it's just forced sometimes, and you can't really do much about it. Sometimes just go with the flow, man. You don't need to force your life into the
I agree.
game.
Like,
I've had a close friend of mine, actually. He went game 10 with a certain Mario main at TriPoint and actually missed out on a party that he was holding another day. So he just, like, sometimes competition just gets into you, man. Shout out to Ice Knight. That was Ice Knight. I'm going to call him out for it.
no, I gotcha.
But no, like, sometimes competition, I'm joking, like, it just gets too in your head, and
Yeah.
it's the only thing you think
like,
about.
we're only human, you know what I mean?
We're only human.
So
Take it easy.
It's okay to take it easy. That's all I'm trying to say, because I know people will get into it and they want to be the best, very best, which me too. I want to be the best snake in the world. And actually, like, hearing people say that to me recently, that's awesome. Like, because that's a goal I've been working towards. But I'm gonna work harder, even harder, so I can, like, there's no competition, right? Like, I'm gonna do it until I'm the very best, and there's no way to see it any other way. That's how good I want to be with Snake. That's like my aspiration goal end for him. And then at that point, I think I'll be at the level where I can win the major tournaments, so it'll just transition to that for me.
Agree. Yeah.
But I'm sure you want to do the same with Ryu, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
Duh, right? Come on. You
like,
know me.
Dio, Asimo, so it's like we both got our work, we both got our work cut out for us. Shout out to Alan too.
Oh yeah, dude.
Alan is
So
so
many
good.
players.
Yeah.
It when you appreciate the fact that there are so many good players in this game, it makes you appreciate both wins and losses so much more.
Yeah, because like it doesn't it a lot of people don't realize it. I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like whenever you get to a certain point, like a win on you is like a whole achievement. I feel like it took a while for me to set in on that, and like, as like number one St. Louis, I guess, when people go to the locals, a lot of the time, especially like our top end players, they want to beat me, right? Like they want to like get that W. So it's like when you take it easy and you have fun and they get that W, like it sucks to lose, but it's cool to see friends succeed. So it's like I've just been learning, like, that balance, like in general, along with just relaxing, and that's gonna be like it for me and my input. Do you want to close this out, Icon?
Yeah, sure. Let people have fun too. It's not all about you and your success. Everyone gets really tunneled in on what they want to believe, but remember, you have friends, you have a scene, you have character representations. Let them have a little bit of spotlight too. I think it's very, very easy to try and,
Actually,
hold the spotlight on your own
okay.
shot.
I have
Maybe
one
this is
more
a
thing.
whole other
I have one
topic
more
for
thing.
another.
Since you
Sure,
said
sure.
that,
Talk
shout
to me.
out to Luma for taking Show Your Pride 2 over Jin. 2 set wins on Jin, I believe.
Dude, was this a
So
regional?
yeah, it was a regional where St. Louis and Kentucky went out to it, and it was like one of those where there was like I want to say like for fun beef going on between Kentucky and St. Louis. So
Uh-huh.
shout out to Tiger Boy getting top 8 and Tiger Boy getting second at the local the other day as well. He went to that. I think Vessel wanted to start competing too. Vessel is the reason why I'm good at the zero suit matchup. And yeah, Luma 6-0 Gen and Grands. So I gotta
Wow.
say, like, shout out to Luma for that one. Like, good stuff, good stuff.
Luma's so good, dude. I played him over
They're
at Lua
so
Money Night, and he had
good.
so many good
Oh
sets.
my
Actually
goodness.
amazing. I feel like I can't even tell that he's thinking half the time, dude.
I can't either. Our sets always go last stock, last take, game 5 now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just educated guess, I guess. But in general, like, shouts to Luma, shouts to Tiger Boy. Love to see the STL rep. Shouts to Vessel as well. You need to come to more tournaments. Okay, now that's it. For real.
Everybody, I think we're all good. We've gotten all our
Alright.
talks out. AK, a pleasure as always.
Again,
Tune in
pleasure.
next week.
Yeah,
Probably we don't have a date yet.
We
I
don't have
think
a date
the
yet. Well,
Yeah.
I'll make sure to announce it when we decide on it on Twitter to keep everyone in the know. But this has been Apollo Kage,
And it's been Icon. Thank you all so much. Thank you, Raichu. Happy to help. Always.
and we'll see you all later. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.
Take it easy.